Well, gents, let us get to your stock picks for today. Devin, what are you picking?
So Nati, one we chatted about before, and I'm going to use it again because of what it did last night, the S&P 600 Small Cap ETF, code SPSM. And here, very similar to the Russell 2000, they were both up 5-6% last night with that Trump victory. The differentiator with this index is that it requires its constituents to be profitable, whereas a lot of the Russell 2000 constituents are not. And small cap stocks like lower rates, they like animal growth, throwing a bit of animal spirits after a Trump win. And yeah, it really was off to the races there. But we think, speaking earlier about reducing concentration to mega cap tech, we think this is one way to do it while still being exposed to the US economy, highly rate sensitive, and we think it's one to look for in portfolios.
All right. What are you looking at today, Jordan?
I'm going to talk about Palantir Technologies. So quite an interesting company, very much in the AI space. So obviously it's run very hard. I think it's up 200% over this year. But they're growing earnings nicely. They came out with earnings on Tuesday, I believe it was. Quarterly revenue was up 30%. So they're doing a lot of very interesting stuff. And for me, the reason I like it is it's one of these sort of more tangible cases of an AI company producing results. So we've already talked about the Alphabets, the Metas, they're all spending all this money. And are we seeing the earnings come through that's clearly a result of AI? I think this is a company where that's clearly the case. And I mean, I have to share a quote from the CEO who said, "The world is in the midst of a US-driven AI revolution that is reshaping industries and economies, and we are at the center of it." Wow. Obviously quite bold, but they've got a lot of US defense contracts, government contracts, also the private sector, very US focused. So I think like 70% of their revenues coming out of the US. And again, in a space that's run very hard. Everything AI has run very hard. But for the long term, I like the company. I think they're doing a lot of very interesting things. And when the US defense and intelligence sector starts really implementing something like that, I think you sit up and take notice.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, gents, and your analysis. Really, really appreciate it. That is all for tonight's Stock Watch. Thanks to our guest, Jordan Toy from Legacy Family Wealth and Devin Shutte from the Robay Group. Up next, The Close. Stay tuned.